Hello and happy Tuesday. So we're in the thick of planting here on the farm, and I have projects that I want to show you and give you some inspiration. And so lots going on, and in the meantime, my phone decided to do an Apple update. And so now I feel like if I stand in my normal place in my craft room, my face is like this ginormous in the screen. So I wasn't expecting that when I came to go live either. So it's been a crazy month already just for my places that I've been and such. I've done large events twice in Fairmont, and Madelia had a good turnout. And then I had my retreat last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So yesterday kind of unpacked. What do I need to reorder, replenish, and then switch gears because this weekend I'm at a retreat Thursday, Friday, Saturday again as well. So meanwhile, cooking as if there's 4,000 people out in the field, but it's not that bad. It just is what my kitchen looks like. All right, so what I want to do is bring you some inspiration using the Happy Place stamp set, and it just gives some nice tropical vibes. And with that, as I was at the scrapping retreat this weekend in Okoboji, it was fun to see people doing and working on their vacation pictures, and a lot of them had been to California, Florida, Cancun, and places like that. So this kind of gives that fun tropical vibe. So let me get my camera turned around here, and I'm going to show you a couple of different variations. Kind of, I'll make the one card, but then just show you the color options that you can have here. Sorry about that. I was hoping that when I turn this around, it wasn't going to make my desk area so large like it did for my face the other way, because I was like, will my card even fit? So that's me, always kind of just going on the fly. All right, this is the card I'm going to make for you, but I'm also going to leave this one out as well because it's the same card. I'm just swapping Timid Tiger and my Darling Duckling, that's it. Those two colors, which are the most recent in colors. So these are not the colors that are retiring, but this fun designer series paper 6x6 is. Every time they do a catalog, new catalog update, or each year, then they do away with the designer series paper and update the patterns, because obviously the colors go over. And not only that, this year they're this next year, so when May hits, they're going from the 6x6 to 12x12. So that's a little bit of a change too. Hello there, Marla. It's good to see you on here. Now, before I get too into my project, I just want to try and hold that steady there for you. And that is the Happy Place stamp set, all of the things that are used to make the card that I'm going to do. And like I said, the only thing would be is if you like the yellow card that I just showed, Darling Duckling. So otherwise, everything else is pretty straightforward with that. Okay, so let me take the card base here, Timid Tiger, folding that long way this time, and I've got that ready to go. So I think what I'm going to do, I did this two colors, one per class. One got the yellow, one got the orange version. And I sometimes when people go, oh, I really like this card and it's so different and this or that, I make a mental note, check over my list, like, is there anybody that's going to be the same at one class to a different class? And then a lot of times if I don't have the supplies, then I just change out the colors, and that's what I did here. So that's why I have two different classes and such. And it was fun for me to freshen it up, so it doesn't seem like I had to cut 60 supplies for 60 cards of the same thing, and it made it look like a completely different project. So the Happy Place stamp set, let me start with that before I get going too far into it. This is great because it can be happy retirement, happy place, happy life, happy days, happy times. I'm going to make it be happy birthday. And even the hey y'all, it just is just kind of fun. It doesn't really fit I don't think you'd say happy hey y'all. Maybe some people do somewhere. I don't know. I don't. Hi there, Kathy. Good to see you and Marla's on here. And then there's a for you there. So there's that. That's going to be the big bold statements on the front of the card. So what I did is I took my where is it? Here. I took my perennial postage dies, and I took not the largest one. I think it's the second largest one, but still pretty large. And I cut out from Basic White. I cut out this whole thing and then just cut it in half. So that way then we have a nice big area with kind of a fun edge for the happy. And because there's so much going on, I didn't want to fussy die cut to get that second edge. I liked it around 3 of the edges, and I thought that was good enough. All right, so now I'm using my Pretty Peacock ink pad. It's probably one of the last of my red rubber stamps that I have. And so I get that nice and heavy there. I'm just going to center that on there and ink that up like so. Yay! What I love about the stamps, I want to use it again and do something different with it. But look how detailed the palm trees, the water, and all of that stuff is on there. That's just a fun one. I forgot to check and see if this is on Last Chance or not. I feel like it's just carrying over, but I'm not for sure. But if you look up Happy Place, this stamp set should show up. And if it doesn't say Last Chance, then it's going to make the rounds until June. And the reason I say June is every even month, Stampin' Up! Announces items added to the Last Chance list. So we just had one April 1st, so the next one will be June 1st. All right, look at how nice and large that birthday is on there. So we're just going to let that sit, not that it takes too long to dry, but in the meantime we can start building the card here, because I want to put some of these pieces on first anyway. All right, so here is that 6x6 designer series paper that I talked about with last year, so it'd be 25 through 27 in colors, and then this is the back side. So let me get, yeah, so I unpacked. I have a bag that kind of has everything on my desk in it, so I had to unpack that, and I thought, oh boy, I have been kind of running with the guys. I thought, I hope I don't unpack it, not get to make any videos, and then we'll have to repack for Thursday's next retreat. So I'm glad to be in the spot I am, at least have one video under my belt. Well, unless they call in the middle of it, but yeah. And I'll have to stop and run and make supper too. Okay, so now for, oh, I forgot to give you the measurement. Okay, so it is 5 1/4 by 3. And the nice thing about that, and I talk about that often, is with the 6x6 paper, it's nice when you can get a nice like 3-inch cut, because then you can just cut off 3/4 of an inch to make it 5 1/4. When you cut that in half, you can make 2 card fronts. So that's awesome. And then this Timid Tiger is 5 1/4 by 1 inch. And then I ran it through the embossing folder already, which is, let's see, Soft Waves embossing folder. I feel like I forgot to put that on my, that's the reason I was stretching myself to remember what it was. Soft Waves, I don't think that's on the instruction sheets. And that is on the Last Chance. So I'm just going to butt that up. These just go right up against each other. Sometimes I have an overlap of one or the other, but I'm just going to put those right up to each other. There's enough going on that's going to kind of cover up that seam as well too. Okay, now let's add some ribbon. I'm going to grab my Timid Tiger ribbon. Here we go. And obviously if you were doing the yellow card, if you like the Darling Duckling, same ribbon, same material on there. It's just a lot of people have commented how easy this is to work with. And this is called the Timid Tiger Faux Linen Ribbon. So that's just got a nice feel and texture to it. And it looks like that's all that's going to be on that spool. Got another one, thankfully, but hopefully this is enough to tie it. Whenever I take to do something like this, and it's the last of it, I honestly leave this on, because this little piece of tape that holds it on the spool, that actually sometimes can be that little like life support that can help me still hang on to that. So when I tie my ribbon, I don't think I'd be able to tie this maybe because it'd be too short, but adding this on there, then I could still have something to grasp onto. So that's kind of fun. Oops, that works. Usually I don't throw those away because A, it's loud on my videos. Sorry about that. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. And I also do a happy dance because I feel like I love ribbon, but anytime I use up a spool, because I have so much ribbon, I kind of do my little personal celebratory dance, like, yay, I used one up. I don't know if anybody else feels that way with their ribbon collection. Okay, so usually when I tie a ribbon, I kind of put the knot up there at the top, and that's all I did was a knot, no fancy bow. But we're going to kind of have a little focal point down here in the corner. So I have that knot kind of where those two pieces meet there and intersect. All right, now we can start building the other pieces. So what I did is use that same Soft Waves embossing folder here, and this is cut, let me measure this, 2 inches by 4.75. And now what I'm going to do is grab some dimensionals. Oh boy, I know those are packed away. I have this many to work with, so we're gonna see. Otherwise I might have to leave my camera area here for a sec. We're gonna see, because I know I double pop. I think they're just behind me, hopefully. But it's one of those things too. I have so many of my sheets of dimensionals that I have started from my classes, and so when I do my personal projects, I just kind of keep using up from those to use them up. Okay, there they are. Oh, look, this is kind of fun. Happiness is a pouch full of stamps. How appropriate for my video. And then I'm just going to reach in here and get some more dimensionals. So yeah, that wasn't too bad. I was fearing that they were maybe not even in my room, maybe, or something. All right, so I'm just going to put some more dimensionals on here like so. And now this is ready to go, and I'm going to put this at an angle. It just kind of looks like the type of card that should be put at an angle. Now the birthday, I'm not going to pop up twice. So I did kind of a double pop with the happy. And so for my birthday, hi there, Diane. I'm just going to, this is a really skinny matting because my birthday is kind of a larger greeting. So I have that about, like the Pretty Peacock is about an inch by in between 3.75 and 4 inches long, and then the white is just like an 1/8 inch less than that. So I just put that on together, but then this I am going to pop up. So I'm just going to put about 3 of those on. There's kind of a lot of parts and pieces to the card, so I didn't want it to get too bulky. And then this I'm just going to put at that same angle here, like so. Now this is where I bring in a different bundle, but one that you guys have loved, the Friendly Foliage. I'm going to pull out Wishing You All the Best for the inside of my card, and then look at these fun dies from the coordinating, from that bundle, from the coordinating dies that go with that stamp set. They're just kind of the extra pieces. A lot of these cut out the images, but these are just extras, and I felt like they look so tropical. So I took, and here we go, I need blue dots. Okay, found those. Oh my goodness. So I just cut out one from the Timid Tiger and one from the Pretty Peacock, and I'm just going to, actually I'm going to put them together and then see if I can get them to kind of stick. We'll see. I'm going to put a couple of those on so that they stick well. And now this I'm going to just tuck behind here, and then it should stick well. There we go. So it's kind of tucked behind the birthday, kind of tucked within the ribbon, and then it also is right on top of the happy, which that's nice and big and bold, and that's not going to cover anything up there either. So kind of a fun little embellishment from the Friendly Foliage there. All right, so now for the inside, remember that little strip that I cut off, that, because this is coming from that 6x6, and then we have the 6 inches by 3/4 inch, and I just took the 3/4 and cut that in half, and then cut it down to 5 1/4 inches. I'm just going to get some tape on both ends here and get that sticky. And then I'm just going to line that up. So it's probably going to be a different pattern, possibly, just because that is the way it is, but it's still from that same paper pack. Try and see if I can get that. There we go, to be as flush with the edge as I can. So it just kind of is a fun way to open up the card and have that follow through with that paper. And then, because this is a birthday card, got extra adhesive on my hands, transfer that. Let's pull over, back over the Pretty Peacock ink. And like I said, that sentiment from Friendly Foliage, wishing you all the best. So even though that's kind of a tiny little sentiment compared to my really big front sentiment, it still ties together just because of the ink and then the fun paper. So I thought that way, even though the dimensions maybe for that are a little off, at least the paper kind of helps connect to that and the ink color. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then once again, for those of you that kind of started to join in late, this is Timid Tiger version. And then I also was showing the Darling Duckling, and same thing, same sentiment. And then you can see that, oh, and I do need to put some embellishment on. It would have been really sad. So after the weekend, kind of also started running out. I must have done projects, well, I know I did, with some of the orange colors and such. So I'm just going to put my last 3 Timid Tiger embellishments just down here on the bottom, like so. If I had bigger ones and just a couple, I would have done something like that. It's kind of a fun little layout as well there. It's one of those things that's going to be a subtle little embellishment, because I couldn't think of anywhere else that I wanted to put it on, because there's so much happening, and that with the busy paper too. So thank you, Sherry. Just kind of fun. I know a lot of people have really liked this Happy Place stamp set and have purchased it. So I thought, oh, it'd be fun to give you some ideas. And sometimes people are good with just seeing that and thinking, okay, what do I need? Or when I give them 2 options, then sometimes people are like, hey, what do I have also, or what would my favorite color combination be too? So it's kind of fun for me to show that when I have the option here, if I haven't used it up or something like that too. So I don't know about you guys, but it is a warm day. That's why I've got my hair all up. Yesterday I put my hair up too because it was so windy as I was running out. I actually did some digging out in the field for a few hours to help the guys out so that they could plant after that. And so it's just been like, oh, I feel like summer happened, and I'm feeling it in here too. So my goal tonight is to go feed the guys, and if I get a chance and get back from that at a decent time, I might actually do like a second video yet today for you guys, because I have so many that I'm behind on. And if I do a project for you guys and don't film it right away, I'm always fearful of, well, I know how to put that together, and the pressure of doing it live. So hopefully I can get those done before that happens. But if I'm not here for you guys later tonight, I will be again tomorrow. Thanks so much.